Afternoon from the UK. I hope you're all right. This is certainly a video I wasn't sure I was gonna do so soon. But I'm glad. I'm glad. Sooner things happen, the better, and you'll understand what I mean. Some of you have been asking me, actually, quite a few of you, about the shadows, projections, and reflections. The difference is something that people finds quite hard to understand. I totally get it. Um, the shadows are from the matrix. They are digital implants that appear in your reality. They're not real, and they're there to break you. Um, and the reflections is your higher self, your true self. Those are reflected in the animal kingdom, or those people who always are there, that supporting you, they give you a kind of smile, and that they throughout your hero's journey. The projections are those parts, like the parts that we all have, the grumpy, the fun part, the actress, the bored part, the chatty part, the sexy, seducer, all those parts that they love being um, the main personality, and they love intruding the main personality, and those are the ones that we need to be very gentle and understand that all they want is to be acknowledged, and let them run the body with their own personality. Once that happens, all the wisdoms, knowledge, and understanding gets combined. It begins um, the process of completion, of becoming whole. And the thing is that this is exactly the same that we do at the Recode with the parts. We ask them to join the treatment team, and we remove the resistance till they all integrate. They don't remember. Some of them, through the process, they begin to awaken. They don't remember they were part of the whole. And what's happened is that it's energy of our consciousness observing those um, projections in others. You're always looking at yourself in the mirror, kind of thing. And those projections sometimes become your greatest enemies, or so you believe. And if you jump at them, they jump at you back. So it's about to become the silent observer and gradually integrate them, because it's amazing that they've got information, wisdom, and knowledge that is trapped under the instructions, holding them captive. And when you get the wisdom from that part, you get, if that part loves dancing, you'll start dancing, and you know how to, because you remember, your memory awakens. So having said that, today is more about shadows. I mean, the shadows, as I said, they're simply not real digital implants. It's like a ghost story, and then with a projector, you're projecting a ghost and spook people out. Well, it's exactly the same. Obviously, they're powered through our energy of fear, the energy of the matrix. And basically, it's a hierarchy. You've got the god of the matrix and the goddess, understand them, which form what we call the Trinity. But I'll speak more about this in Revelation, Unraveled, and how they all operate, and the exact hierarchy, more or less what they are. And the ones below the three of the pyramid are basically like the human race that just there to do as they are told. The ones who become better tricksters and better liars. Obviously, they give them more power, more money, becomes politician. It's about who actually is able to manipulate the human mind, or any other mind between them, who is the greatest tester. And basically, who is the greatest, just do whatever I want, whenever I want, one rule for me, and other for the rest, which is what they're based on. Um, that's how they operate. Yeah. So they obviously know that they had control of the human race for a long, long, long time. So they're only concerned about those ones who are going to wake up. And they already know from the beginning, because it's in our DNA. We are like anomalies in their system. Obviously, they are. The matrix is a piece of ingenious, well, to a point, artificial intelligence that has taken control of the human race individually, and as a hive. We are all sharing the same dream. We are in a trance, hypnotized through the media, the TV, and all the absolute lies that we are constantly being produced to keep us in despair, anxious, sad, depressed, and especially in fear. But all the emotions are, they've got the underlying feeling of fear, because that's what the matrix is basically the illusion is that fear. So, but I always knew, I always knew that obviously shadows have no emotions. There's no point arguing with them. It's like my computer now doesn't, execute the instructions as I tap them in, and I start having a go and cry and say, "How can you do this to me? I've been faithful to you. I bought you. I've kind of like cleaned you, and this is how you repay me." It's a computer. It's exactly the same. There's no point talking to them. However, when they appear in our reality, we believe they're real, and they're very obviously they're master tricksters. It's like if you're dealing with a very skilled magician that is known you all your life, and they know how to weaken you and break you. That's the whole purpose is to make sure that anybody who has got the chance of asking questions begins the process of being targeted and then go back to sleep. So everybody worships the main matrix god, but everything has to be directed by his so-called wife, the matrix goddess. The sun is just kind of ruling with the father and the mother. And from the beginning, it was agreed that the son would actually marry myself. It was basically the matrix god was my ex-husband. I know this is ridiculous, but that's how it was. The coach was the goddess, and the son was my other ex-partner. So that was from the Trinity. Obviously, when I found out, if you watch the videos, what I shocked. But that was what is agreed. It's also all written and documented in ancient Kabbalistic tricks, what happened to Saul, what happened on taking Saul to captivity. It all comes together, which I will reveal, which is absolutely fascinating, how everything is there and we're just completely oblivious about it. So there was a plan behind them. You see, they all compete, the three of them, for the ultimate power and the ultimate worship and adoration of the shadows and the human race. So the plan of the goddess, was to actually give the skills to the son, so she, he would be able to manipulate and control her mind and marry her to the Mormon church. However, her husband had another plan, is support them throughout. But at the end, say you two are useless, look what you've done, she's done the both of you, yeah, so I'm gonna have to pick up the pieces and I'm gonna have to marry her myself. So that was the plan. And I was in the middle of all of it, completely unaware of what was happening. But as you watch the videos of Enlightenment, please watch them from the beginning. Otherwise, this is very deep. You'll see how everything developed and how I was trying to make sense on something that became completely outrageously crazy, and no rules, basically. Everything happened there. However, some of the shadows, because they've been amongst the human race for so long, they've actually picked up on those vibrations, and some of them have actually very cleverly sneaked out of the pyramid and stopped worshipping the dark gods, and didn't tell the human race anything. They just stay away and just lived a normal life, like a human, just making the best of it. This kept happening, and I always wonder, well, I mean, some of them even helped the human race, so they began to develop feelings of kindness, of compassion, of love, and then I thought, well, we know the shadows are gonna vanish; they're not real. It's gonna be shadows in paradise, they include our heavens, and they need to be removed. No question of that. However, there are other shadows that, although they're not real, they're beginning to be real. They're beginning to have emotions. They want to exist. And what's going to happen to this? That question has been on my mind for for quite a long time now, and the answer has come today. And basically, this is the source. The source can do anything if one has to make a shadow exist. In one split second, the same way it's sorted. The metrics already, and we are all in paradise. It's just that we are living the movie. So, having said that, my goodness, what an incredible chance! I'm sure the human race is very happy, because some of them possibly are friends, and you've been helped by the shadows. So I think this is food for thought, isn't it? I would seriously consider here to sit down and think about this. One side you're gonna disappear. Will you be remembered? I don't think I'm gonna stop making jokes about what happened. So you will be remembered. There's no question of that. But you will not exist. But then you put a chance that you will exist, and you cannot lie to God. You cannot pretend that that you genuinely want to be one with the source. And like that's not going to happen. So don't even try. You make a fool of yourself. I mean, it's not brainy really. If I were you, I would choose the source, isn't it? Obviously, you're based on fear, and you're still petrified of what the Matrix gods and Mr. Sun can do. But as you can see, they've been made a mockery in the whole world. I mean, the whole spiritual universe is watching the movie and they're cracking up. So we can see that yeah, there is a degree of intelligence, but a complete joke. I mean, do you really want to have that as gods? I mean, they don't care about you. They've just been using you. You're nothing to them by themselves. There is no love in between. It's competition for power and it's glory and feed their ego. So I was quite happy today. I woke up in a really good place, and I suppose it's because of how the source always has this incredible way of surprising me and the entire world, isn't it? And make you see that you've got it all wrong. You have to suffer. The moment you stand by the source, everything is taken care of. There's no need to be scared. The other ones are too busy trying to plan their next move. They're getting delusional. They think there is a next move. I don't think there is. And if there is, whatever. I mean, what else can you try? So anyway, I thought I give you good news. I mean, you can do this. I mean, you're good tricksters. You know how to treat those two are too delusional to work out your lives. If you pretend to stay by them, you can use any techniques you like, whatever makes you comfortable. To be honest, I would just use the sooner I'm true to myself, the better. I'm just trying to get lost and bring it on. There's no way that you can't go through the source. So anyway, I thought I'd give you the good news. Until next video.